Harrison Ford was asked if his appearance in Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, meant that Han Solo was a Force ghost. Ford, in typical manner, said, "I have no fucking idea what a Force ghost is, and I don't care." During the filming of Star Wars, actor Peter Cushing found the boots of his character Grand Moff Tarkin too uncomfortable as they were too small to fit him. In all shots where his feet were not visible, Cushing wore his slippers instead. Actor Tom Holland revealed he had 5 auditions for the role of Finn in Star Wars The Force Awakens. He said he messed up one audition as someone was making bleep bleep noises impersonating the robot BB-8, and he couldn't take it seriously and just kept laughing. The Obi-Wan Kenobi series on Disney Plus currently has the biggest viewership debut on the streaming platform. There has been no official confirmation yet, but it has been suggested that this will lead to a second season, despite the show originally being announced as a limited series. Ewan McGregor has stated that he thinks there's more to tell and is happy to reprise the role again in the future. Actor Liam Neeson said he was up for returning to Star Wars but wanted to do a movie. He said that he is a bit of a snob when it comes to TV. He ultimately cameoed in the last episode of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and he did state he didn't want anyone else playing the role of Qui-Gon Jinn. Gary Oldman had initially been cast as the voice of General Grievous in Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. However, Oldman was forced to drop out when it was revealed the movie was using actors not associated with the Screen Actors Guild. Actor James Earl Jones, who voiced Darth Vader in Star Wars, was uncredited for the first 2 movies, saying that he considered David Prowse, the actor in the suit, to be giving the more defining performance. The character of Cad Bane was first introduced in the Clone Wars animated series and was a homage to Lee Van Cleef's character Angel Eyes from The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. The character has made his live-action debut in the Book of Boba Fett, facing off in a duel with Timothy Olyphant's Cobb Vanth. The scene is another homage to the westerns that inspired some of the iconography of the Star Wars franchise. In Episode 2 of Obi-Wan Kenobi, Temeru Morrison has a cameo as a homeless clone trooper. Notably, this is the first time Morrison wore clone trooper armour, as in Revenge of the Sith, all clone troopers were completely computer-generated. Did you know that in Rogue One, the planet Scarif was named by a Starbucks barista who misheard Gareth Edwards' name as Scarif? Gareth Edwards was amused by this and decided to name the planet after what the Starbucks barista wrote on his cup. In order to prepare for the reprisal of the role of Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, actor Hayden Christensen binge-watched the Clone Wars animated series.
You should have killed me when you had the chance.
The girl who attempts to sell spice to Obi-Wan Kenobi in Episode 2 of the Disney Plus series is Esther Rose McGregor, the real-life daughter of actor Ewan McGregor. For Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, George Lucas had originally intended to have Mace Windu killed off during Order 66 by a young Boba Fett, as vengeance for Mace killing Jango in Attack of the Clones. Lucas allegedly changed this because he didn't think a young teenage Boba Fett would be skilled enough to kill a Jedi Master. Before being cast as DJ in The Last Jedi, Benicio del Toro had originally been cast as Darth Maul in The Phantom Menace. After George Lucas cut most of Maul's dialogue, del Toro dropped out of the movie. Darth Maul ended up being played by Ray Park and voiced by Peter Serafinowicz. For the movie Solo: A Star Wars Story, original Darth Maul voice actor Peter Serafinowicz actually came back to record the dialogue for the role of Darth Maul. Serafinowicz also revealed that him and director Ron Howard spoke more about the Darth Maul character than George Lucas had spoken to him for Star Wars Episode 1. The only note Lucas gave Serafinowicz for Star Wars Episode 1 was, just make him sound evil. Eventually, actor Sam Witwer, who voices Darth Maul in the Clone Wars series, recorded the lines, and these were used in the final film. They felt this matched the continuity of the Star Wars universe far better.
We will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge.
Oscar-winning actor Troy Kotsur helped develop the Tusken Raider sign language in both The Mandalorian and The Book of Boba Fett. The actor also played a Tusken Raider in the show. Troy Kotsur is the second deaf actor to win an Academy Award. Before Obi-Wan Kenobi was adapted into a 6-episode series for Disney+, it had been originally planned as a film trilogy. It was after the failure of Solo: A Star Wars Story and the success of The Mandalorian that Lucasfilm decided to adapt it into a television series instead. When actor David Prowse found out his voice wouldn't be used for Darth Vader, the actor would often ignore the script and speak gibberish when on set. James L. Jones went on to voice Vader. Prowse had allegedly been told the reason his voice wasn't going to be used because it was too expensive to fly him out for England and redub the lines. George Lucas apparently had never intended to use Prowse's voice, however. For Rogue One, director Gareth Edwards wanted actors and extras to grow 70s-style sideburns and mustaches in order to match the aesthetic of the original Star Wars movie from 1977. The events of Rogue One lead straight into Star Wars: A New Hope. When the Obi-Wan Kenobi series was still a movie, a draft of the script featured Commander Cody watching out for Luke when Obi-Wan left Tatooine. The writer, Stuart Beattie, confirmed this and said Cody would have had his inhibitor chip removed and he felt guilty about the events of Order 66, thus helping Obi-Wan. Initially, Harrison Ford had not been allowed to audition for a role in Star Wars, as director George Lucas didn't want to work with any actors he had previously collaborated with. Ford had worked with Lucas on his previous movie, American Graffiti. Ford was used for the auditions with other actors, and Lucas ultimately decided Ford was perfect for the role of Han Solo. Before Dave Filoni moved into live-action Star Wars after the animated Clone Wars series, he had been working on a new animated series centered around Mandalorians. Filoni ended up collaborating with director Jon Favreau, and this led to the live-action Star Wars series, The Mandalorian. Actor Taron Egerton revealed that he was approached to play the role of young Han Solo in the prequel Solo: A Star Wars movie. However, he turned it down, stating he just wasn't feeling it. Alden Ehrenreich went on to be cast in the role instead. The Andor series on Disney Plus will not be using the Stagecraft volume set during the production of the series. The other Disney Plus Star Wars shows have all made use of this technology. Andor creator Tony Gilroy has said that we're old school and we didn't use stagecraft at all. The series was filmed on real sets and on locations.